Alright, guys. Last 4 weeks of the season, we'll get into it today. Of course, NFL Power Rankings Week 15. A little bit of shakeups, obviously, with some of the big games that happened this week. Either way, though, we're ending Week 14, getting ready for Week 15 again. Huge week of football. Yup, here we go. NFL Power Rankings for Week 15. And with that, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Fun of course. Please like and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoy the NFL Week 15 Power Rankings. Of course, before we get into it, I will get through the playoff situation crap because, again, it's good to start the week with it. And then, obviously, we're going to get to it on Sunday. And, obviously, on Monday as well, after all the chaos events is on Sunday as well. But, obviously, we have a triple header as usual, at least for the second straight year on NFL Network, which will be on Saturday. So a triple header on Saturday. That'll be pretty crazy. All games that impact playoffs a lot. So, of course, be tuned for that. But I'll just go through the teams that are eliminated. Of course, that being the Patriots and Panthers. Titans and Jets, Raiders and Chargers are all at 5 and 8. They all have a shot, I guess. Cardinals, they're not going to get in. Same thing with the Commanders, but they're there. Bears and Giants are going to have to win out to get in. Saints, Falcons, they're neck and neck with the Bucks there, and even if we'll see what happens there. Seahawks, they don't have any of the head-to-head matchups, but again, they could win out maybe. Rams, they really just need one of these teams to lose a game, and hope that one of the Eagles or the Cowboys lose a game. And really, they just want the Eagles to lose a game, and so the Niners have the one seed locked up. But if that happens, the Rams will maybe, we'll see, get in the playoffs. Packers, they're hanging on. They're really the only reason they're ahead of the Rams right now is because the Rams did not have a backup quarterback, of course, in that game. That's a tiebreaker. Vikings, don't ask me how the hell they're 7-6. They're not a very good team. Obviously, the Eagles are doing their thing, and then all these other teams, blah, 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 blah. And then you got your normal playoff teams. Again, it's complete chaos in the AFC with these wildcard teams. With that said, let's get right into it again. It's normal, guys. It's by week 15. But if you don't know, if you're just tuning in for this, well, it's 1 through 32. I'm going to be ranking every team. And it's not going to be from 32 to 1. I'm going to be looking at all these teams, the order they're in right now, and placing them where I think they are. Again, adjustments will be made if things will have to, if it's necessary. But with that said, let's get right into it, starting off with these Minnesota Vikings. Alright, for the Vikings again, they are right now, what is it, the 6th seed in the playoff picture, like I said, yeah, so, yeah, they're 6th in the playoff picture, but, like, guys, let's be completely honest, guys, the Vikings are not a very good team. If, what it's called, Brian Flores doesn't win Coordinator of the Year, you'd have to be crazy. He's turned that Vikings defense into what was trash, into a very, very, very good unit with some nasty players. Like, Cam Bynum's turned into a great player for them. Obviously, Neil Hunters are great. Harrison Smith has kind of had a career renaissance a little bit, but yeah. But offensively, they're a complete mess. They don't have a quarterback. Justin Jefferson has been Cooper Kupp this year in terms of injury. But I really hope he can get back. That would really suck. Their running game, again, the running backs just aren't very good. Again, Alex Madison can be decent, but he's not your number one. And obviously, your offensive line has been up and down this year. And again, I love your weapons, but you just can't get the ball to them when you don't have a quarterback. I'm sorry, but like this Vikings team, I think they're a bad team. But they're still in the playoff picture, so I will put them at 20. But this Vikings team, I would be shocked if they go again. They got the Lions twice. They could beat the Lions once. I would say they could BS their way to one of those wins. I don't think they're beating the Packers in week 17, though. And the Bengals better whip their butt because I'm going to be mad if this team gets in. Because they're going to get their absolute butts kicked once they get into the dance, if they do. And again, they are 7-6 and have the head-to-head on all the teams that are below them. So, but with that said, guys, the Vikings are just not a very good football team. It's simple as that. So, they're a bad team. Like, I'm sorry, but if you don't have a quarterback and your offense struggles to score, like, it's not going to be easy. And your defense is good. But, like, are they really that great? Again, they're a little hot up and low. But they've been playing well the past couple weeks. So, but, guys, I just can't wrap my head around this. Like, the Vikings are just not a very good team. They're at 20, though. Bucks. They're going to go at 18. The Bucks are a very weird team. They're technically in the, what it's called, 4th spot right now. But they'd have to, to be honest, they're going to have to, like, finish 9 and 8, in my opinion, to actually get in. They'll finish, like, 8 and 9, though. So, yeah, of course, they are in tank division. So, that really helps them. But if they go 500 down the stretch, they'll probably get in. But right now, again, they are in number 18 because, again, they're still in the playoff hunt. No, whatever, I'll put them at 19. The Bucs aren't that great of a team, guys, but, again, Baker's been somewhat good for them. Their defense has been very inconsistent, but when they are on, they are on. And actually, Rashad White has taken a huge leap this year overall. Commanders, they're going at, like, 30 on probably 29. The Commanders are, no, honestly, they probably will go at 30. The Commanders are terrible. Like, they're really, really bad. The only good redeeming quality about them is that Sam Howell at least can, like, stand in the pocket and, like, make throws for them. But their defense is by far the worst in the league this year. They're just terrible, especially that secondary. Up front, they've been a little better in protection, even though, again, Sam Howell's taking 58 sacks. But, yeah, they're just a drop-back passing team waiting to get just absolutely mauled. Broncos, probably around 16, 15. I'll put them at 15. No, maybe 14. Yeah, 14 for now. But obviously, this Broncos team isn't in the playoffs right now because again they lost to the Texans. But you should be a pretty confident person for the Broncos fan. It starts with being Detroit though, because I think again if they get 10-7, they're gonna very well be in the dance. But it's gonna be tough because they have some It's not the easiest schedule per se, but this is definitely a Broncos team that can get in. Their defense has been playing really well ever since, of course, that debacle. In week 3, again, they've gotten better basically every week. And then offensively, well, they're doing their thing. So they're going to go 14. Dolphins, I'll probably still put them at, what is it going to be, 5, 6? I'll put them at 5 because we saw this week that this defense, again, against a red-hot Titans offense, which they actually were. They looked, well, I wouldn't say red-hot, but they were, do I put them at 6? I'll put them at 5. I'll put them at 5 for now. But the Dolphins are definitely a weird team. They just blew a huge lead, but they should have won that game. Simple as that. And, I mean, I get the fact that they collapsed in December, but like right now, guys, the Dolphins are still a pretty darn good team. They're the second seed in the AFC for a reason. That was, I won't say it's a complete fluke, but it's 1 week, so I'm not gonna get too mad about it. But that was so bad. How do you blow a 14-point lead with 3 minutes to go? Like that's completely freaking ridiculous. But with all that said, the Dolphins are gonna go at number 5. They could definitely be lower though. I'll put it like that. But no one died, so I think they should be decent. Chargers, they're done. I'll probably put them like 25. Yeah, there's nothing good about the Chargers. The only good thing is that they might be competitive in these last couple games. Offensively, they should be okay. They'll probably still score a couple points. Defensively, though, they're just not very good. The past 2 weeks, though, they've been at least okay. So maybe, but yeah, they're 25. Eagles, they're the fraud goals. But I'll put them at like I don't know 6. I'm not gonna see again. I get the. You know, I'll switch to Dolphins and Eagles. The Dolphins are still gonna go. I mean, Eagles are still going 5 because the fact of the matter is they're 10-5. They're number 5, but they're also cooked. Like this Eagles team is in no way, shape, or form like ready. Like they're just completely done. Like this Eagles team is not in it right now. To be completely honest. I would say they're exhausted, but that was a brutal 4-game stretch. And again, they got to go to Seattle on Monday night. Again, that is a little bit of a break. Again, 1 day off, but they're gonna have to play. They're gonna have to bring a pretty darn good game because let's be completely honest, guys. The Seahawks down here, it's literally their season because if they lose that, they're not making the playoffs. So for the Eagles, they got to bring a decent game. Again, you got the Giants and the freaking Cardinals end the season, so you should be decent there. But yeah, they lose to the Seahawks. Oof. But they're gonna still stay number 5 because they beat the Dolphins, and it's still a very good team. I don't care that. Again, the blow against the Niners is a little concerning, but I'm gonna be honest, they were cooked going into the Cowboys game. I really don't care about that game because if they just went out, they'll win the division. So we'll see what happens there. But they are cooked right now, so they'll go at 5. Cardinals, 29. The Cardinals are decent. Again, I think they were more competitive than people will give them credit for, but they are really inconsistent when it comes down to it. So they'll go at 29. But I'm gonna be honest. I think that game against the Niners is gonna actually be pretty entertaining. But they're gonna still lose. Like, there's no way they're actually beating the Niners. You'd be crazy to think that. No, I might actually have them winning that. So that'll be pretty crazy if that actually happens. But yeah, Kyler Murray's gonna have to go bonkers, and yeah, they're gonna have to win by. They're gonna have to put up at least 35. So yeah, I don't see the Cardinals winning that football game, but who knows? I'll probably pick them. Rams. They're probably honestly they look even better than again number 3. I'll probably actually put them at 15 though. I don't know. Are they better? I think they're a better team than the Packers, but I don't think I can. Maybe I'll move them up. I might move them up later. You know, I'll put them at 13. This is a Rams team that should be in the playoffs right now, but obviously, again, with some of the losses, unfortunately, they've had, and again, last week was just terrible. But obviously, they outplayed the Ravens, guys. No team has gone in there and played the way the Rams did against them. Offensively, they're just on a different level right now. They're just doing a really great job. Defensively, I get the fact that they are giving up a lot of yards, but when it simply comes down to, in the red zone, they're actually a decent group. And the Rams have some guys that are stepping up for them. Like, the Rams' defense isn't bad. Again, they're not the greatest by any means, but they do get it done when it comes down to it. The Rams, again, the Ravens did get shut down at some points in this game, and this Rams defense gave them the shot to. Again, they just couldn't take advantage of it in those big crucial spots. So, with that all said, though, the Rams, yes, they're out on the outside looking in, but they are performing better than they have the whole entire season. So, again, it's not going to be easy for them. Again, these next 3 games are going to be actually a big test for them, to be completely honest. Because, if they don't win any of those games, they're not making the playoffs. They got to win these next 3. So, with all that said, though, it's must-win time for the Rams. But if they can keep doing what they're doing, stay within themselves, they should be fine. All right, Patriots 31. I don't care that they are. They honestly are. They're not better than the Commanders. No, they're not. They lost to the Commanders. The reason the Cardinals are ahead of them, too, is because, again, they're a little more competitive. Good job you beat the Steelers, guys. The Steelers are just absolutely playing terrible football right now. So, I guess, good job you won. Bill Belichick's probably going to get fired, so, or not fired, but basically fired. So, I mean, good win, I guess, but, again, like, all these other teams kind of played decent. Falcons, I'll probably actually put them at 18. Yeah. Desmond Ridder showed me a lot last week. I'm like, yeah, he looked pretty good. I mean, the Bucs should not have won that football game, but they did. So, that's great and all, but I do think the Falcons have a little easier of a stretch, so I think they'll actually get over them. We'll see, though. It's kind of weird, but those teams are, like, there. Again, they're still a better team than the Vikings because they both actually have quarterbacks. But yeah, the Falcons are definitely in a weird spot. But I think they're more talented than the Bucks. I'm moving them back later though. Bears, 22. The Bears actually surprising me with how well they're playing right now. It's really great to see, but like, it's kind of too little, too late. They're gonna have to win out and have some other stuff happen to make the playoffs. But it's not over yet, I guess. Yeah. Jets, 24. The Jets are in a decent spot. I'll give them that. But yeah, that's really all I can say about them. Again, Zach Wilson looked amazing. They blew out the Titans. Great job, guys. But you're gonna have to again win out to make the playoffs. And not only that, though, Aaron Rodgers gonna have to come back to do that because I really don't see Zach Wilson putting another 4 games together where he's just crazy because that would just be bananas in the first place. So they're gonna go 24. All right, Colts. 16. The Colts are beating bad teams like they should, but obviously they're not like gonna beat anyone great. I mean, they did go into Baltimore and win, so I shouldn't just say that. But again, this is a pretty inconsistent team. You saw they got absolutely blown up by the Bengals, but I'll be honest, nothing went their way in that game. I'll be interested to see how they play on Saturday on a short week. Again, it's a little adversity, but I really don't see how they can't go out there and win that one. We'll have to wait and see though. Lions. 9. They're huge frauds, guys. They're not a great team right now. I might actually have to move them up to 8, but the Lions are frauds. They're just not gonna, honestly, again, best case, they're going to the divisional round and getting their butts spanked. But, I mean, I guess they're there. They got the Broncos next week, and they got the Vikings and Cowboys on the season. If they win out, I'll shut up, but the way they're looking right now, they just got blown out by the Lions. The Bears, that's just not very good. They're going to stay at 9, guys. They're just not playing good football right now. They really haven't looked solid, even off the bye. Seahawks, they're still, I guess, in it. I'll actually probably put them at 21. It's just, there's so much they have to do to make the playoffs, and it's just, again, they got a tough schedule, but, again, if they beat the Eagles, they can still get in, but, again, winning out is just not going to be easy for them. Again, they're on a, 4-game losing streak. It's not fun to see out right now, but we'll see what happens. They did look decent, though, probably best case scenario against the Niners. They didn't get absolutely blown out, but at least they did a decent job. Panthers, why did I say that? Yeah, you get that. Like, they're that bad. Giants, 23. I mean, they're on a win streak, but, again, they're going to have to win out to make the playoffs. The good news for them, though, is some of the teams ahead of them, they've already beaten. Like, the Packers, they're playing the Rams in Week 17. Again, they are also home. So again, who knows? They beat the Saints, we can actually start talking. If they lose, again, it really starts there. If the Giants are able to knock off the Saints, maybe we start talking. Because it's still, if they beat the Saints, it's in the picture. Like, I'm saying, like, the back of the room, but it's still there. There's a picture of them in the playoffs, like, way in the back corner, but it's there. But if they beat the Eagles on Christmas in Philly, holy crap, might want to actually start talking about it. But it really depends, because if they don't beat the Saints, they're out of it, so simple as that. But if they're able to beat the Saints, and somehow are able to go into Philly and win on Christmas, then we can talk. But great win for you guys, Giants. So, guess plain spoiler, but yeah, they're going to actually be here, because they're actually 3 straight wins. Low-key one of the hottest teams in the league right now. Niners, they're at 1. They are the hottest team in the league. I mean, maybe they get that 5-game winning streak snapped. Again, they had a 5-game winning streak to start the season. So, yeah, maybe the Cardinals do something there. I really hope they do. But, no way. Never mind. I don't want them to do it. Niners, please win out until you get to the Rams game, because I really don't want the Rams having to beat the Niners, like, straight up, because, I mean, that sounds weird. Like, you think you want your team to actually have to do that. But the simple truth is, guys, I do not think that would just kind of be screwy, because are the Ravens better than the Niners? No. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see for that. But honestly, you know what? Screw it. The Rams have to go into San Fran and win straight up. If they are able to do that, they're going to do something this year. But honestly, that's probably what it's going to have to come down to. But the Niners are 1, guys. Maybe they go on that crazy 3-game losing streak again, but my guess is not. So, again, unless something catastrophe happens in Glendale, they should be decent. Texans, they're in a bad spot. I'll put them at 15, though, because, again, they're actually not ahead of the Texans. 17, yeah. The Colts are just in such a better situation than them right now. That's just the simple truth about it. They are a better team than the Colts, but, again, they lost to the Colts, so their defense is going to have to step up. That's just the simple truth about it, because, again, they're going to have to go into Tennessee next week. That's not going to be very fun. But, again, if they're able to win that, maybe we can, again, keep going. But they're right in the thick of it, but they shouldn't be. If no one actually thought they would be going into the year. So, I guess great for them, but, yeah, that's about as worse as you could get against the Jets. Packers, 15. The Packers are still a decent team. Maybe we swap them with the Colts. That was just not a great game for them. Obviously, their defense let them down big time. But offensively, it was just kind of like out of rhythm sometimes. But they did do enough to win this football game offensively, so I don't think it's the end of the world. But yeah, they definitely made it a lot harder for themselves to again get a higher seed. But yeah, they're still in it. They're fine. Steelers, no, they're not at 12. I'll bump some team down. Chargers will go down. Jets will go down. Giants will go down. Same thing here, same thing here, same thing here. I think they're actually, I don't know, they're worse than the Vikings. The Steelers are just, they just lost the 2 of the 3 worst teams, 2 of the 4 actually worst teams in the league the past 2 weeks. And that's just inexcusable when you're trying to make the playoffs, guys. But maybe they pull something out of their butt like they usually do and beat the Colts. We'll have to wait and see, though. Again. Jags, probably 10. They're still in the top 10, in my opinion. Again, I get the fact they lost, but again, Trevor Lawrence has 1 ankle. I think they'll give the Ravens a run for their money next on Sunday night, but until then, like, yeah, they'll be at 10. Chiefs, 12. No, I'll move to 11. I really don't care. No, it's 7. The Chiefs receiving core is that bad. Yeah, I'm actually gonna move these guys up. That's really what I'll say. The Chiefs receiving core is terrible. Yeah. And it's holding them back to a point where there's really no way to ignore it, guys. Like, they gotta figure out something to do there. Because this defense is the best defense the Chiefs have ever had. They gotta figure something out. Because if they don't, yeah, they're doomed. And it would be really funny if they lost the Patriots this week. But I really don't think the script's gonna say that. Raiders. The Raiders are terrible. 27. Bengals. Honestly, probably 11. The Bengals are playing really good football right now. I would not want to play them. And Jake Brown is looking really good. Like, no one expected that, to be honest. Ravens, 2. They're really good. Like, I'll be honest, just saw them play against the Rams. They're a really good football team. They didn't bring their A game, and they still won. So, I guess good job. You got punched in the mouth, faced some adversity, still won. Survived that week 13, week 14 Lamar injury bug. Hope it doesn't happen in week 15 because that would really suck. But Ravens are sitting really pretty here at the 1 seed right now, and they until again next week is gonna be crazy on Christmas. But until then, beat the Jags. Bills. I'm gonna say 8. Again, that's not, no, wait, 12. The Bills, they didn't even play that well, to be completely honest, against the Chiefs, but they're still in the playoff race. And, this is just gonna be my opinion. The Bills are they're gonna really take it on to the, Cowboys next week. They're gonna, like, awake, per se, in a way. And, yeah, then they're gonna really have to, pay attention. But, yeah, I think the Bills are gonna really, like, just explode this week, and they're gonna win out. So, we'll see what happens, but they're at 12. Cowboys, they're gonna go at, yeah, they're gonna go at, like, 3. They're really good, but you're still not gonna win the Super Bowl. All right, Titans. Oh, this doesn't look really good. Again, the Raiders are, yeah, honestly, that makes sense. Titans, I'll put them at like 24. I think the Bears, I don't know, the Bears might be better. Yeah, the Titans, you're a great win, guys. You've been really competitive the past 2 weeks, but you're still not gonna make the playoffs. So like that's how I'll put it. Continue to play spoiler, I guess, but yeah, that's really about it. Saints, they're in the thick of it in their division race. Honestly, Lions, you can move up. Same thing with the Jags and the Bengals. Saints are gonna go down here. Honestly, Rams might go higher. Actually, no, the Broncos are about to team the Rams right now. Colts, yeah, sure. There we go. Honestly, I like this. The Saints, here's why they're at 19. They're a talented football team, but they're just so inconsistent, you can't really say anything. But at least they have a quarterback, unlike the Steelers and Vikings. Like, very similar in those ways. But, again, no quarterback. Browns, we're at 6. Yeah. They're at 6. No, they're not a better team than the Chiefs. The Chiefs will go at 6. But I'm good with the Browns right now, guys. Joe Flacco can lead them to the playoffs. As crazy as that sounds, he can. Because this defense, again, it's a little inconsistent, but downright truth is, they're dominant one way or another in every game. Yeah. And obviously, this running game needs to improve if they want to actually do anything, but the Browns are going at 7, guys. They're like the best wildcard team in the AFC. They have a game lead on everybody. So technically, yeah, they can make it if they lose. But they're going to have to actually really step it up here. We'll see what happens, though. And that is all I got for the NFL Week 15 Power Rankings. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, again, I'll see you for the Thursday Night Football preview tomorrow, which is a pretty meaningless game between the Raiders and Chargers. But with all that said, hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, here's an outro going into tomorrow again. We'll get to that Thursday Night Football preview. But yeah, until then, I guess enjoy your night.
Snap good, hold good, and Raiders in, Chargers out, Steelers in.